let me tell you guys, I just finished up a breakfast. And if I have to pick between breakfast, lunch, or snack, I'm going to tell you right now, breakfast is where it's at. Every time that I've had a breakfast, it has been one of the greatest appointments, hands down. It is just, I don't know. Maybe it's because people are just getting in and they typically don't have a patient already back there at 7:30 in the morning. Most breakfasts that I do fall around that 7:30 time. So when I think about it, I really do love breakfast because you catch the provider 9 out of 10 times, in my opinion. That could be wrong. Every time somebody says a statistic, it's a complete lie. But more times than not, for me, I always catch the provider at a breakfast. It's tough to catch the providers during lunch because they could be falling behind. And if you do catch them, they're only giving you like maybe 2 to 5 minutes. But today, breakfast went great. I caught the provider. We chatted for about 10 minutes, which was awesome. Got to know a little bit more about their background, their family. I'm still in that build and rapport stage, but I was able to drop the knowledge on my product to make sure that I am setting myself up for launch later this year on a new indication. And I was able to speak with the pharmacist that does the education for the patient, make sure that she was comfortable with the product, with the side effects, anything that's going on. I was able to dig a little bit deeper on what's going on within that office and the patients. But what I want to say is just enjoy what you do, okay? If you wake up every day just enjoying life, that's all that really matters, And a lot of times when somebody reaches out to me and they're asking me, do you like what you're doing? It's just such a funny question because, of course, I like what I'm doing. It pays great. The people that I get to talk to a lot of times are learning something from me. And I focus on what my contributions to my role are for the patient. I try to tell you guys all the time, put the patient at the forefront of what you're doing, and you're going to do better at your job beyond what you could do if you were just trying to hit like President's Club or doing it to get some kind of accolade. Because when you think about the patient and what the patient's going through, it puts you into this different mindset that you're not just out there driving around from basically system to system trying to just get your day done. You're going there with the mentality that I have to make something happen in this meeting that's going to move the needle because the patients are relying on me to do this. And it might sound corny. People might think like, oh, Pierre, your product can't be the greatest product out there. That's opinion-based, so I don't want to say that my product is the best product out there. But I am going to go and educate on my product as if it is the best product out there because of the efficacy that the product has that I have been trained on. And this efficacy is what helps a patient. So if patients can live longer, have more time with their families, have less side effects and this and that from what I do, then I can get wholeheartedly behind just being excited every single day about my job. And I'm reflecting back on my last video when I was letting you guys know how many conversations I just keep having about people requesting more knowledge between device and pharma. And to me, it's not device or pharma or working at a manufacturing role or this or that. It really is just, what can you do to, one, be satisfied with what you're doing, because not many of us run our own businesses, so you're working for the man, essentially. So what can you do to make sure that you're happy and excited for your day and know that as soon as your day ends, it's now your time? And that's what I'm in. I hope that's what you guys can find on your end. But that's what I'm in, and I don't want to try to steer people away from whatever their goals are. I got some feedback from that last video where people were saying, man, it really seems like you just want people to not pick device. And again, this is your journey. You guys are watching my videos to just learn about my experience and what the life looks like within the role that I'm in now. And my opinion, based off of my last video, stays the same. I am, as I evolve and grow up and basically just see more years on this world, my life is for me. It's not for me to work for somebody else. And because I do have to work for somebody else, I'm going to make the best out of that. But at the same time, I'm going to pick roles that now fall in line with what my soul wants. What my soul wants is more family time and for me to be a better father and a better husband. If your soul is telling you, I want to tell people that I am a surgical rep and I help out within the OR, then do what your soul is telling you to do. That's all that I can say. If that's what makes you happy, that makes you happy. Some of my friends that are still in device, they are totally stoked within their role that they've been in for the last 10 years. And I'm talking about the ones that I met when I first started 10 years ago. And I'm happy for them. That's great. And some of them, when they have conversations with me, while they've still been in that role for the last 10 years and I've hopped around and landed to where I'm at now, and we talk about income, I don't want to base this around income, but that's a lot of times the conversations that me and my friends get into because we're trying to figure out what to do, where should we go, what's next in our lives. And I let them know how much I'm making. They're kind of flabbergasted, jaw drop, because the amount of hours that I work is 40. That's it. I work my 40 hours for this company and I'm done. And they're working 50, 60, sometimes 70 hours a week because of the amount of running back and forth that they're having to do to not make what I make. But they can't let that part of themselves go. They can't go from working in device and then say, I'm going to go to pharma because they feel like they're taking a step back or they're letting somebody down or this or that. And again, this is a soul searching question for yourself. If you want to be in a role, kind of like a physician, where you are married to that job, go for it. That's on you. If you are in a place where you would much rather just make some solid, Skrilla and just have all your time to yourself when you're not working, don't go into that role. So just, do you and live your life. Don't live your life based off of the image and ideals of other people. And that's the best that I can offer you guys. But I'm sitting here driving. I got another hour and 15 minutes before I can get to another area of my territory to go and basically get in front of some nurses. And I'm just cruising around happy, And reflecting back on that video, I was saying that these days times are just so expensive for traveling, for purchasing a home and things like that. And I really hope that you guys can do some of those things. I can't believe that from the time that I recorded that video to now, which is maybe a week and a half later, I honestly can't believe that we went and saw a home on 22 acres and we're doing what I said that we were going to do by moving to Kentucky. And we are now moving forward with contracting because we put an offer in, had a little bit of back and forth, and they finally accepted our offer. We have done the inspection and we're going through that process. And I'm doing what I said that I was going to do when I came out here, which is find some land to start getting more time with my family and learning ways of homesteading and not relying so much on what we have basically grown up to rely on, which is fast food and this and that. It's just crazy how as we move through life right now, a lot of people my age, people that are older than me, and some younger people are following like this new trend of not necessarily homesteading, but just trying to get back to the older ways of living, which is sowing, is it sowing your own land? Something like that. But really just having that retirement life right now, where what I mean by that is just having the things that you love around you as if you're already in that retirement stage. And I'm nowhere near retirement, but I'm about to hopefully embark on that journey where we're gonna have 22 acres, we're gonna get some cows and chickens and things like that, and just start kind of seeing what life is like the way that I feel God intended life to be, not just working 24/7 for somebody else, but growing within ourselves and earth and things like that. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my life, and this journey that we decided to go on, which was moving from Austin to the Lexington area to slow down and have a better life for our children, which is more time outside because the weather here is better, and by giving them the capabilities of raising animals and unfortunately at some point having to put animals down and things like that, and just instilling some new values into our lives. I just feel like that's what we want to get into, and we're making it happen. So I hope that you guys can get something from these videos like you're telling me, and one of those things is, and if one of those things is just finding the right path that you want to go on at a young age, I hope that helps, like what you guys see me go through, essentially. Is every day amazing? Do I love the bureaucracy of what I'm in? No, but I don't run my own business, so I can't just sit here and pretend to tell you guys like, oh, I'm running this whole thing like it's my own business. No, I mean, it's somebody else's business, and tomorrow they could cut my division. So all I can do right now is continue to get the experience that I can, so that if that were to happen, I have a soft landing somewhere, either within the same organization or another organization. And that's what I'm doing. I'm growing my set of skills within the workforce on the oncology side, but I also want to grow my set of skills in the homesteading side, where I've been told by the owner that with this land we should be able to raise cattle on pure grass, so 100% grass-fed beef that I can now feed to myself and my family, but then I could also sell and see if maybe we start doing some farmers market kind of things or this or that, and then maybe create, my own business on the side that allows me to retire early, and if not retire early, then at least be a little bit more self-sustained compared to just relying completely on society 24/7 and the things that basically our lives have to offer right now, which just kind of sucks. I'm not super excited for where we're headed as, a society, and I just wish things were a little bit simpler. It sucks right now that life is rough, things are super expensive, and it's hard to get from A to B, and that's even in the sense of not trying to live like the Joneses. I'm not trying to live like the Joneses. I'm not trying to buy things to make other people jealous of what I have or this or that, and I don't want to be jealous of what other people have. I just want to be happy, live life to the fullest, enjoy my time with my family, and basically create new beginnings while doing this. So that's it for today. Hope you guys learned something, and I will see you the next one.